So hi everyone, my name is Suresh Gupta. So today again I am going to discuss another question, which is in Gigs for Gigs. This is a conceptual question, and this is a hard question. The point is 8. You can also get this is in lead code. Actually, this is a lead code hard question. You can also get this one in this question in lead code also. So the question is trapping rainwater. So here you are given an array. Each of the element is representing the height of the blocks. Okay, and the width of the each block is 1, means this one is 1. Okay, so compute how much water can be trapped between the blocks during the rainy season. So between the blocks during the rainy season. Okay, so what we can do here, we can see that in the left hand side the 3 blocks is there. In the right hand side there are 4 blocks. So this is the maximum and this is the second maximum. Okay, so we can store water between these 2 blocks, and the maximum height will be obviously this one, because if there is a this is a wall and this is a wall, so water can be stored up to this height, because after this height it will be overflow. Okay, the same concept is here also. So in the each block how much water we can store. So for this one, for so for this first element, its height is 3, so nothing is left here, means in the left hand side of this block, this wall is nothing, so we can store water here, nothing. So in the right hand side we can store the water. So in the index 1 area the level is 0, so what we can store here, we can store up to 3 unit of water, as because here is no block, so we can store 3 units of water here, and here we can also store 3 units of water there, as because there is no block, but here there is 2 blocks are there. So what we can store, 3 minus 2, only 1 unit of water. Okay, again here we can store 3 unit of water. Okay, so this is the concept, and in the right hand side of this wall is nothing, so we can't be able to store any water. Okay, so what we can do here, we can take an array of left or L and of the same length, the length is 6. Okay, and through this array what we can store, we can store the highest level of maximum level of means the highest height we can store in the left hand side of each block. So initially what we can need to do, we need to enter the value of a0, means the 0th position, into this L0, so it will be 3. After this, for this position, what is the highest height in the left, that is 3. For this one, what is the highest height in the left, that is also 3. Okay, but here the value is 2, so which one is greater than 3 or 2? 3 is the greater than 1. Okay, so you can store 3, the highest is 3. Okay, after this again it's 0, 3 is greater than 0, that is 3, and for this one, this is the highest one, 4, so we can store it 4. Okay, so I will again initialize another array of right R. Here also I will store the right values, means right value means the highest height in the right side. So for this one, we are in at the initial stage. What we will do, we will just enter 4, the value of n minus 1 I will store at, means the position 5, index 5, I will store the value in the position 5, index 5 of the R, array R. Okay, after this here there is nothing is there, 0, so here it will be 4. Okay, so again here there is 2. Which one is greater than 4 or 2? 4, obviously. 4. Here is also 4. Here is also 4. And this one, the height is 3. But the maximum is 4. Means the which one is greater than 4 or 3? 4, obviously. Okay, so right now what we will do, we will take a method, initialize a method, that is mean. Here I will pass the value of this each these two arrays. Okay, so suppose like I am checking the first 0th index of the, okay, let me do in this way, li. Okay, and here okay, so here we will check which one is the minimum. Okay, I will return that one from this minimum min method. Okay, so wherever I will check for this element how much water we can store, what we will do, we will pass the value of L0 and R0 through this min method, and what will be the minimum value? That will be 3. And then what we will do, 3 minus the value of, means the whatever we are returning from this, I will just whatever it's returning from this method mean, I will just subtract from this mean value the value which is present in the array. So ai. Okay, so this is the main funda here. So suppose like I am taking this one a0, so I will passing L0 and R0 here. Which is one is the smallest? 3 is the smallest, so 3 minus 3, what will be the result? It will be 0. So we can store 0 amount of water here. For the second position it's 0, and here the L1 and R1 it's 3 and 4. Which one is the smallest? 3 is the smallest, so then 3 minus 0, then what will be the output? It's 3. So we can store 3 unit of water here. Okay, similarly this for here also, and for this one 3 and 4, 3 is the smallest, 3 minus 2, okay, which is 1. Okay, so I can store 1 unit of water here. So in this way I am doing the building up this logic, and after this 3 plus 3 plus 1, again here 3 is equal to 10, and in this position the value is 4 and 4, the minimum is also 4, and 4 minus 4 is obviously 0. So that's the same thing I'm doing here also. So what way I've taken, I am initializing the array L, and in L0 I'm assigning the A0, the first element. In the I'm taking another variable max is equal to A0, so I'm assigning the value of A0 in max and initializing the loop li is equal, so here I'm checking, so I'm initializing the loop from index of 1, I is equal to 1, I less than a dot length I plus plus. If ai less than max, li is equal to max. Okay, If the value of AI will be less than max, then I will put that max value into li. Otherwise what we will do, I will do means, if it is greater than of max, then I will enter that value of AI into that max variable max. I will assign that max variable with this value of AI, and in li also I will give that value of max. Okay, so this is the logic I am doing here. In this one, again, after this I am initializing the array r. In r n minus 1, I am assigning a of n minus 1, and in the variable max I am initializing with a of n minus 1, that means the 4. Okay, for this example. Okay, so I'm initializing the loop from n minus 2, I of n minus I is equal to n minus 2, I greater equal to 0, I minus minus, ai less than max, ri is equal to max. If ai less than max, then I will enter that value of max into, put that value of max into the ri, ith element of the array r. If not else, then I will assign the ith element of array a into max, and again they do the same thing. Okay, just same like this one. Okay, so then I am initializing a variable long with a data type long, sum is equal to 0, and initializing the uh, for loop, and I'm doing sum is equal to sum plus, here you can check min, that method. So I have initializing the initialize the method also here. If l greater than r, and passing the value of li and ri. If l greater than r, then return r, else it will return l. Okay, and minus of ai, so whatever it will return the minimum value, then I will subtract the ai from that l. Okay, or that minimum value. Okay, that's the same thing I'm doing here. After that I'm returning the value of sum. Okay, so if I run this code, we'll check what's happening. There are total 152 test cases. Yeah. Okay, so this is the question and this is the code. We will also paste that link of these problems in the comment section. You can also solve this one. Okay, the link of this question we will paste this one here in the comment section, and you can solve with your own logic also. Okay, so thank you very much. Bye bye.